In the shadows where truth and tales intertwine, we find the thrilling, the chilling, the downright spine-tingling. From the paranormal to the peculiar, every echo has a story. Dare to delve into the unexpected, the unexplained? Brace yourself, for you're about to embark on a journey where fear meets fascination. Stay tuned if you dare, for stories that will make your heart race and your mind ponder. Welcome to the realm of the eerie, the realm of the unknown. And remember, like and subscribe, if you dare. On an ordinary evening, an eerie quiet had settled over the town of Maplewood. This small, tranquil haven was the kind of place where everyone knew everyone, where the days were peaceful and the nights even more so. But beneath this serenity lurked a chilling local legend. A tale whispered in hushed tones about a creature that roamed the nearby woods, a creature known as the Wendigo. On this particular evening, a group of curious teenagers ventured into the woods. Their laughter and chatter echoed through the trees, a stark contrast to the unsettling silence that had descended upon the town. As they delved deeper into the woods, they stumbled upon something odd, a series of strange, unfamiliar footprints imprinted in the soft earth. A chill ran down their spines, an instinctive recognition of something not quite right. Unbeknownst to them, this discovery was just the beginning of their nightmare. The legend of the Wendigo has haunted Maplewood for generations. In the heart of the town, nestled amid whispers of the old and the young, lies a chilling tale. A tale as old as the towering pines that encircle Maplewood, standing sentinel to its secrets. This is the legend of the Wendigo. Said to have been a man once, the Wendigo is no longer a creature of mortal understanding. Its transformation, the townsfolk whisper, was born of an unspeakable hunger. A hunger not for sustenance, not for survival, but a perverse craving for human flesh. It's a hunger that gnaws insatiably, a hunger that twists man into monster. The Wendigo, they say, is a ghostly apparition, a shadow lost between the world of the living and the dead. It lurks in the depths of the forest, its haunting howls echoing in the winds, chilling the marrow of anyone who dares to listen. The legend is as much a part of Maplewood as the town square or the old mill by the river. It's woven into the fabric of the town's history, a chilling thread spun from countless tales of sudden, unexplained disappearances. Maplewood has its fair share of vanished souls. The blacksmith's son who ventured too deep into the woods and never returned. The widow Jones, who disappeared from her cottage on the outskirts of town, leaving behind nothing but a cold hearth and an untouched supper. And young Mary, who went picking berries one sunny afternoon and was never seen again. Each disappearance, a chilling echo of the last, has been whispered down through the years, linked by the specter of the Wendigo. It's a legend that has seeped into the town's consciousness, chilling hearts and casting long shadows of dread. The townsfolk, they warn their children, their neighbors, their friends. Stay away from the woods when the moon is full, they say. Lock your doors, bar your windows, and pray that the Wendigo does not come calling. And now, it seemed, the Wendigo had returned. In the following days, Maplewood was plagued by a series of strange disappearances. The typically tranquil town, nestled in the heart of the woods, was suddenly awash with an eerie sense of dread. One by one, its residents began to vanish without a trace. It was as if they had been plucked from existence, leaving only whispers of their presence behind. The first to go was Old Man Jenkins, the town's eccentric recluse. He lived alone in a cabin on the outskirts of Maplewood, a man more comfortable with the company of his books than with people. His absence was discovered when his daily delivery of groceries remained untouched on his porch, the milk curdling in the midday sun. Next, it was the Peterson twins, mischievous boys who were known for their wild imaginations and adventurous spirits. They had been out exploring the woods, a usual pastime for them, but never returned home for dinner. Their mother's frantic calls echoed through the night, unanswered. Then Alice Thompson, the town's beloved elementary school teacher, disappeared. She was last seen locking up the schoolhouse, her warm smile bidding her students a good weekend. By Monday, her desk sat empty, her chalk untouched, her absence leaving a void that no substitute could fill. With each disappearance, a chill of fear crept through Maplewood. The whispers turned into murmurs, then into panicked discussions. Could the legend of the Wendigo be real? Could this mythical beast be behind the vanishings? A group of brave and curious teenagers, the self-dubbed Maplewood Mystery Squad, began to suspect as much. They had grown up on stories of the Wendigo, tales told to keep them from straying too far into the woods. Now these stories seemed less like cautionary tales and more like chilling reality. Driven by a mix of fear and determination, they resolved to uncover the truth. They decided they had to do something, not knowing the danger they were walking into. Armed with flashlights and courage, the teenagers ventured into the woods to hunt the Wendigo. The forest, once their playground, had evolved into an abyss of fear and uncertainty. Their hearts pounded in their chests like a relentless drum, matching the rhythm of the cricket's song. As they delved deeper into the unknown, the world around them seemed to hold its breath, the only sound being the crunch of leaves underfoot and the occasional hushed whisper between them. Suddenly, the beam of a flashlight illuminated an eerie sight. A set of footprints, far larger than any humans, etched into the soft earth. Each footprint was elongated, the toes ending in what looked like sharp claws, a chilling testament to the creature they were hunting. The footprints led deeper into the woods, silently daring them to follow. A gasp broke the silence as one of them found a torn piece of clothing, snagged on a low-hanging branch. It was a familiar fabric, one that belonged to a missing person from their town. The reality of their situation sank in, their fear transforming into determination. They were not just hunting a mythical beast. They were hunting a predator that had made their town its hunting ground. The woods echoed with strange sounds, an orchestra of the night that played a symphony of terror. An eerie howl echoed through the trees, a sound so alien, so chilling, it seemed to freeze the very blood in their veins. It was the Wendigo. They were sure of it. The sound was not of this world, not something a mere animal could produce. It was a call, a challenge, a warning. Their flashlights trembled in their hands, their breaths came in short, sharp gasps. The forest, once a haven of beauty and tranquility, was now a labyrinth of shadows and fear, but they pressed on, their resolve unbroken. They had to find the Wendigo. They had to stop the terror that had gripped their town. The night wore on, the moon casting long, haunting shadows that seemed to dance and twist with every passing breeze. Their courage was beginning to wane, their steps growing slower, more hesitant. They were on the verge of turning back, of admitting defeat to the creature of the night. And then they saw it, the Wendigo. The sight of the beast was both terrifying and mesmerizing, a creature of nightmares standing before them, in the flesh. Their flashlights flickered on its monstrous form, casting a ghastly glow that made the Wendigo seem even more otherworldly. Their hunt had ended, but the true terror was just beginning. Just as they were about to turn back, they saw it, the Wendigo. Frozen in fear, they stared at the monstrous creature that stood before them. Its form was grotesque and twisted, a horrific blend of man and beast. The Wendigo, a creature of nightmares, stood tall, its silhouette a haunting image against the moonlit backdrop. Its eyes, they burned like two glowing coals, a stark contrast to its pale, ghostly complexion. It was a sight that would send chills down the spine of the bravest men, a sight that would haunt their dreams for years to come. This abomination, this embodiment of pure fear, towered over the group of teenagers, its breath steaming in the cold night air. Its skeletal body, emaciated yet powerful, was a grotesque parody of the human form. Its long, gnarled fingers ended in razor-sharp claws, capable of tearing through flesh and bone with frightening ease. Its grotesque mouth, filled with jagged yellow teeth, was twisted into a snarl, a promise of the violence to come. The air around them grew heavy with an oppressive silence, broken only by the Wendigo's raspy breathing and the rapid beat of their own hearts. The creature took a step forward, each footfall echoing like a death knell in the still night. It was a predator, and they its prey. But amidst the fear, a spark of courage ignited. One of the teenagers, a young man with more bravery than sense, stepped forward, his gaze never leaving the Wendigo. He was a beacon of hope in the face of overwhelming terror, a testament to the strength of the human spirit. His plan was simple, yet dangerous. He would distract the Wendigo, draw its attention away from his friends, giving them a chance to escape. He knew the risk, the very real possibility that he may not survive. But he also knew that if he didn't act, they would all surely perish. His friends watched in silent horror as he moved closer to the creature, their protest dying on their lips. They knew they had no choice but to follow his plan, to seize this chance at survival. And so, with hearts heavy with fear and guilt, they turned and ran, the sounds of their frantic footsteps echoing in the night. As the others ran, they heard a scream behind them, But when they looked back, their friend and the Wendigo were gone. In the face of the unimaginable, they had encountered the Wendigo, and their lives would never be the same. And so, our tale of the campfire horrors comes to an end. Until next time, sleep tight. Before we part ways, dear viewers, remember to stay vigilant. The campfire horrors may have been extinguished for now, but the embers of the unknown always remain. As you lay down to sleep tonight, don't forget the lessons from our tale. Safety is but a fleeting moment in a world of unseen. So, if you've enjoyed this journey into the abyss, don't forget to ring that bell and smash that like button. Do it before the thing under your bed decides to pay you a visit. Oh, and keep those night lights on. You never know what might be lurking in the dark. Thank you for embarking on this terrifying adventure with us. Until our paths cross again in another tale of the unknown. Goodbye and sweet dreams, if you can.